Why do I feel like it's resonating with me?
Hey, it's the teacher.
Watch out, Proxy! Is that teacher? Teacher? Is this just a hallucination caused by miasma?
Belle, Wise. Belle. You two now walk this path alone. You are the bravest, most gifted children that Helios Academy has ever seen.
Was that from the time we were separated from teacher?
You and your brother must carry on the flames of Helios together.
Teacher.
Just what kind of being is your creator, exactly?
The creator? Just who is she talking to?
The gate to the final domain. It's in Hollow Zero, isn't it?
Nanny.
What secrets lie beyond that door that could be worthy of such feverish praise and supplication?
The Exaltists and teacher?
Fine. I'll pave the way for you to meet your revered creator.
No. There's no way teacher is an accomplice to those people.
At the end of that path also lies something that I'm seeking.
Something that teacher is seeking? Just what in the world could that be? Even if one has to pay such a hefty price.
Even if I have to pay such a hefty price.
Even if one has to bear such guilt.
Oh boy.
Even if I have to bear this guilt.
Even if it means leaving us behind? Is this really what she wants?
This path may not lead to a happy outcome. I don't know if Eridu will fall into the abyss or find salvation from the brink. But I believe in my dear children. They are the brilliant Phaethon.
What? So that's how we got our name. The miasma illusion in the air scatters and fades. However, miasma, the Exaltus, and where exactly teacher is, these speculations still remain unknown, lingering in the hollow. On the path which miasma retreats, you evacuate the hollow alongside Opal Squad. A week passes, and you finish cleaning out the obscure and wifey peninsula. The evacuated citizens begin returning one after another. Barry and I used the data recorded by EOS and tried to model the conditions back then, but we still couldn't recreate the hollow environment where teacher's illusion appears. But based on the ether fluctuations at the time, we're fairly certain it was something inherited in you, Belle. That sacrifice that stirred a reaction from the miasma. But the illusion said. We still don't know how the illusion was created, and just because it sounded like our teacher doesn't mean those were really her words. But when she said goodbye to us, yeah, the illusion did seem to recreate her saying goodbye to us. Right down to the look and the voice. Still, if our teacher did choose to work with the Exaltus, she must have had her reasons. Fufu's voice echoes from the courtyard, interrupting the conversation between the siblings. Big trouble. There's a bunch of tough-looking soldiers at the gates asking for you. It's a defense force. Yeah, well, I'll go deal with them. I'm terrible at dealing with aggressive people. I'll leave this one to you, Junior. Yo, it's just Opal Squad. Kill me. The noisy visitors outside turn out to be Opal Squad.
Proxy!
Me!
Proxy! It's been a while.
Yeah.
Captain Magus, Orphe, it's been a while. how have you been? Absolutely terrible! Our desk is buried under a mountain of paperwork. The worst part is, after finishing my own stack of papers, I still have Magus's pile to deal with too.
We share the same desk, don't we? Why bother separating our paperwork?
The good news
Yeah, why not copy
I
paste?
don't have to share a desk with these two.
And there's more good news. They gave us an extended vacation. Partly out of compassion, and partly just to smooth things over.
This incident involved senior defense force officers and top executives from TOPS. An incredibly tangled web of interests. But it's all been settled at last.
The truth behind the fall of the old capital and the defeat of Agamemnon's squad, where Magus and Colonel Isolde once served, has finally been uncovered.
Evidence of collusion between former Defense Force Major General Lorenz and former Porcelumix Executive Officer Lucro has been confirmed. Both have lost their titles, and they will be publicly condemned.
Yay. So the truth of what happened all those years ago finally comes to light. It's not finally come to light, it's finally comes to light. God.
So, the truth about what happened all those years ago is finally coming to light. Maybe those soldiers who never should have been sacrificed can finally rest in peace now.
But since both men died during the Waifei Peninsula attacks, a public trial has been put on hold for now. Neither the military nor TOPS wants to damage their public image.
At least they got what they deserved.
Defense Force headquarters also disciplined and demoted several high-ranking officers who were entangled with the factions and engaged in misconduct for years, reportedly due to pressure from Mayor Mayflower.
And what about the citizens who were affected?
What about the citizens who were harmed by Porcelumix and the Exaltist experiments? Will they be okay? The victims of the sacrifice and miasma experiments have all been sent to recovery centers, and the illegal assets resulting from the cooperation between Porcelumix and the Exaltists have been seized by public security.
All of this was possible thanks to the intelligence and evidence we gathered during our operation, as well as what Colonel Isolde collected before her death.
Bull beans.
Isolde's involvement over the years was complicated, but there's no doubt that she made many mistakes, especially as the head of the criminal Exaltists group.
You know, that just means now Sarah's in charge, right?
A lot of what the Colonel did was driven by the hatred that blinded her. I imagine you must have mixed feelings towards her, Magus.
Yo, Patricio, how's it going?
Of course, that arrogant fool, fueled by anger and loneliness, made so many grievous mistakes.
Captain Magus often keeps her anger to herself and acts on impulse.
What?
Promise me, Captain Magus, in front of the proxy, that you won't make such grievous mistakes like she did.
With the proxy as my witness, I give you my word.
Yeah, swear to me.
Whoever lies has to wear a pink weapons holster.
Wait, Old Squad won't be punished, right?
Obel Squad did disobey orders. You won't end up facing a court-martial, will you? There's no reason to punish someone for doing a good deed.
Although the Obel Squad disobeyed orders, we earned commendations for wiping out the Exaltists and protecting the citizens. Each member received a Medal of Honor.
Yay? What about me?
Surviving in the grown-up world isn't very easy. It may not be what we hoped for, but at least there was a positive outcome.
You know, all good, Foxy, watching and enjoying the stream. Time for chilling. Amen. And yo, grown up world does suck.
Regarding the proxy's mentor, Miss Carol Arna, I'll do my best to help you investigate any potential leads within the military.
Whoever the proxy trusts, we trust too.
Things have been so hectic in Wi-Fi Peninsula that I haven't had a moment to actually enjoy this town. Since we've been granted extended leave, I plan to relax and unwind in Phylum Heights with my squad for a while.
Vacation time!
Until we meet again.
Catch you later, Proxy!
One more thing, Proxy. While Captain Magus and I were sorting through Commander Izolda's documents, we found this. Commander Izolda left it for you, Proxy. Orphe hands over a letter bearing the seal of Obsidian Division. This is a private letter Izolda left for you. As much as I like to know, I'll stay out of it. Catch you later, Proxy. The members of Opal Squad wave goodbye and leave Swabian Temple. All that remains is the envelope Izolda left behind in your hand. Open the envelope. From Izolda to Belle. Miss Belle, that day when you and Orpheus were arguing over who was the villain and who was the hero, I found myself amused by your childish bickering and deeply ashamed at the same time. By the time you read this, I imagine everyone will have already realized the truth. I was the real villain in the story all along. There's no point in drowning myself in guilt or remorse now, I suppose. I'm writing because I have a few selfish requests. They're not just for my own sake, but for the sake of justice, so I hope you'll hear me out. What Lorenzo Lucro did was so long ago that even though I gathered as many old case files as I could as evidence, I still couldn't be sure it was enough to convict them. I lost faith in the authorities of New Eridu long ago. To get close to the truth, I began seeking outside forces I could rely on. By chance, I came into contact with the Exaltus, and found that from then on, I moved between the Defense Force, the Exaltus, and Porcelumix, playing each side in turn. Eventually, I learned the truth. Bribed by Lucro, Lorenz redeployed troops meant to protect civilians in order to recover valuable porcelain stockpiles. In the end, those soldiers were left to die at the hands of monsters that crawled out from the miasma. During my investigation, I inherited the power of the Exaltus Overseer. This inheritance seemed to have nothing to do with faith or devotion. As for the creator's criteria for choosing a successor, my guess is that they simply pick whoever is the most useful in achieving their goal. Once I accepted the power, I gained the authority to command the entire organization, but gradually lost the right to prevent the situation from spiraling further out of control. Meanwhile, the miasma continued to seep into my body, gnawing away at my flesh and bone. My time is running out. In the end, I carefully orchestrated today's farce. Lucro and Lorenz returned to Wi-Fi once more, lured by the profits Porcelain could bring, and died at the hands of the monsters born from the miasma, myself along with them. And this time, I've collected ample evidence to prove their corruption and their callous disregard for human life. You saw it all, and I have a selfish request. If the trial is ever obstructed, stand as a key witness as the mayor's representative and bring justice to the soldiers and to New Eridu. I know my actions have nothing to do with justice. I've hurt too many innocent people. I'm nothing but a miserable creature of wrath who should have died long ago, kept alive by the hatred that fueled revenge. As for the truth behind the Exaltus and the Creator, as long as I have the power I received from them still resides in my left hand, I will. The letter is torn apart. Isola wanted us to be the witness to help convict Lucro and Lorenz. Fortunately, the trial reached a fairly just verdict. As for the truth about the Exaltus and the Creator, and the whereabouts of our teacher, we seem to be far from solving these mysteries. Looks like Orphe and Magnus are gradually moving past the Isolde incident. Everything turned out fair in the end. My conversation with Wise was cut off. Better head back and talk with him and Fufu about what to do next. That was a lot of talk. Still no clue about your teacher, where your teacher went? Just one bad thing after another, and we still have no clue where Xin Yuan is. Xin Yuan hasn't come back? Shifu's already searching every corner of the hollow. About the only thing left to do is drag out and give the creator a good beating. But we didn't find a single trace. Someone must have covered it up deliberately. Who knows where Sarah ran off to? If Senior Brother falls into the hands of the Exaltus remnants, it'll be dangerous. Don't worry about them, Junior Brother. Xinyuan is super capable. He and Junior Sister Zhao Guan are the two most talented disciples of our generation. Trust me, he's even more reliable than your big sis Fufu. He'll definitely come out of this safe and sound. You're right, Fufu. The most senior brother of 1Q Summit. God, whatever. Summit won't go down that easily. Night Isolde fell in a different corner of the hollow.
The Overseer has fallen.
Yet you don't seem to feel any sympathy at all.
Sympathy? For an Overseer who wasn't even truly devoted?
No! Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Are you?
Overseer is just a title. A symbol of inherited power. Nothing more.
Your left hand. That power?
Yes, a gift from the Creator. The glory of wielding their authority has finally come to me.
Yay.
Is the Creator actually real?
Isn't what you see right in front of you the best proof?
The power Isolde wields is far beyond that of ordinary people.
I know you're no devout believer, but even someone as selfish as Isolde can wield the Creator's blessing. The Creator has never been stingy towards mortals who help fulfill their mission. They can make your wish come true.
My wish?
No, I wish for an ice cream. Dude. That was a good episode. Well, a good chapter, part. Like, they definitely did good. Like... If I had to rate that, I would give it, like, an 8 or 9. Like, it was that good. I need